Hey guys, I'm Bobby the Mayhem Bayham, and this is
Caleb Spidey Rolston.
And we're here to talk to you about Deadpool. But be warned, this episode full of spoilers. I mean, we're gonna go step by step throughout the entire movie. So let's get started.
Very first scene, you see Deadpool in a taxi talking to Dopender, and he was just walking through he was kicking ass, taking names, basically everything that Deadpool does. So after the taxi scene with Dopender, he ends up facing off all of these mercenaries. And his famous line about the guy wearing the brown pants, yes, he does up killing everybody. And as soon as he breaks down this whole slow-mo action after he kills the guy.
He killed everybody with 12 bullets.
Yes, and he had to share.
He was counting those 12 bullets too.
And
he's like, 12 bullets, all right, I got this. Killed every last one of them.
All right, and what was great is you saw each bullet with a number on it, so you knew precisely where he was at. He killed everybody with 12. He killed 3 guys with 1. That's how precise Deadpool is. Anyway.
Spoiler, that was the last bullet.
Yes, that was the last bullet. And after he made a skish kebab with his 2 swords, he went a flashback to his origin story. And his origin story was packed with, just Marvel madness is what I would say. Is they got the origin story right. And Deadpool basically was, as you saw in the trailer, he has prostate cancer, liver cancer, and even brain cancer. And so what basically ends up happening is a guy ends up talking to him. He ends up turning into a freaking awesome assassin, but he actually seeks out revenge. And so, Bobby, why do you give more light on that, how he seeks revenge?
And after what like Caleb has stated, when the guy comes to get him, he offers a cure for all of the forms of cancer: brain, prostate, lungs, liver cancer, and all this stuff. Of course, Deadpool takes up that offer because he kind of wants to live long enough to, do some interesting things with his favorite girl. Favorite girl. And once he does this, he goes and he realizes that this is the Weapon X same place Wolverine was created. He goes through all this torture just to be turned into a fugly,
badass mercenary.
Nice language. Anyways, he does that, and then he gets really pissed off by the way he looks now. Because if you've seen in the trailer, they compare him to an avocado who had sex with an older avocado. And they even expand upon that in the movie, and he's like, not even happy sex, it's more like angry sex that, it's the only thing stopping them from actually getting into a fight, and that was absolutely hilarious. I was laughing through that entire thing. But, so he continues that, and that just continues on, that just leads into Deadpool wanting to, find a cure for his little skin condition he has now, because apparently his healing factor is not strong enough to fix that, but just about any other injury of his. So there is an extent to his healing factor, I guess. So as you continue on through the plot line, the middle part is him basically hunting down Ajax, aka Francis. Thank you, Deadpool creators, for making the villain's name stupid. So he continues on to hunt him down, and finally he finds where he is, to also find out that Francis ends up having Deadpool's favorite girl. So enlighten us with the ending, shall we?
All right, so as Mr. Mayhem said, then Ajax ends up kidnapping Deadpool's favorite girl after all the frisky things he did with her. What ends up happening is Ajax kidnaps his girl, and he goes...
Francis.
Ajax.
Francis.
Anyway, Ajax ends up kidnapping his favorite girl. He goes back, and he ends up getting a freaking arsenal. Here's where the funny part gets in. So he goes to get his favorite girl. He has some of his teammates tagging along with, who was it?
Colossus and a teenage Megasonic I don't know
Yes.
her name. Apparently, Deadpool is so jealous of her name, he actually offered to trade names with her. She, of course, called him an old man and refused the offer. So.
Yeah, anyway, so they end up getting in the car with Dopender. Here's another funny part, is Dopender ends up, he has a major thing with this girl, but his cousin ends up stealing her away from him. And here's where Deadpool comes in, is he kidnaps her. Deadpool says he's proud of him, but at the same time, he's saying out loud to Colossus and the ex-girl.
So he's trying to fake, like, I do not support this, and he's got Colossus and the teenager in the back seat.
Anyway, so after that whole episode happens, he ends up meeting Mr. Francis and facing him off. And he ends up killing millions of mercenaries, tearing down a battleship, and Colossus ends up battling a She-Man. And he was actually kind of sweet, but he got his, his metal nuts broken. So I'm so sorry for you, Colossus. Anyway, long story short, everything gets destroyed. The happy couple ends up together. Knock, knock, good, good. That was the end of the movie. Bobby, enlighten us with the after credits soon.
Well, Deadpool made fun of Ferris Bueller's Day Off and comes out in a robe telling everyone to go home because, the movie's over, and he's like, oh, wait, you're here because you want to get a little hint, sneak peek at the next movie. Well, he's basically confirming that Deadpool 2 more than likely is going to happen, and they're going to bring in Cable to the movie. So that's exciting, of course. So that's basically the after credits scene.